As a finance professional in a disrupted business landscape, what does it take to be in demand? What does it take to attract great paying international roles? If you're an ICAN member, it'll just take one exam. That's all it takes to complete the globally recognized CIMA professional qualification and the internationally respected CGMA designation. As a CIMA member and a CGMA designation holder, employers will look at you as a finance professional, constantly acquiring new skills to add value to the business. That's why they'll be willing to pay premium to hire and retain you. If you have 5 years of relevant experience and are an ICAN member, you can directly sit for the final exam of the CIMA Professional Qualification, the Strategic Case Study exam. Start studying the CIMA Professional Qualification. Prepare to make an impact.
Good evening to our professional colleagues, student members, and friends of the Institute. And you're welcome to another episode of ICAN-ngr, your great platform for learning, powered by our noble institute, the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria. I'm your host for today, Tosin Yakinwumi, FCA. And it's ICAN-ngr again today. So inform your colleagues and friends that the show has begun and that they can be part of this show on ICAN Facebook page or ICAN YouTube channel. And of course, the May 2024 diet exams comes to an end today. We wish our student members success in their examinations. In your strive and struggle to become chartered accountant, we pray God will grant your efforts and crown your efforts. Today, Thursday, 16th May 2024, we are looking at another topic, the ethics of AI in accounting, navigating privacy, bias, and transparency. And I have here with me a distinguished professional, an amiable colleague, and the lead consultant of Gem3 Solution, person of Adebola Odeyemi, FCA. So sit back and relax. Don't go away. Today's program is another total package. I'll be right back with my guest in the show. Don't go away.
The Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, Canada District presents the 9th International Accountants Conference, themed Strategic Upscaling of Accounting Profession within the Dynamics of Technology. Date 16th to 20th July 2024. Time is 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. daily. Venue, Best Western Premier Calgary Plaza Hotel and Conference Center, 1316 33 Street NE, Calgary, Alberta, T2A 6B6. Seasoned speakers like Sheyi Wolabi, a partner at MNP Calgary, will be speaking on review of the accounting profession and technology synergy. Derek Greer, the Chief Information and Security Officer, Protexer, will be speaking on disruptive technology and AI upscaling for accountants. Greg Howe, the CEO, Black All Systems Calgary, will be speaking on accountants in the era of diversified profession, while Professor Godwin Emmanuel Oyedokun will be speaking on decision-making optimization through data mining. The Canadian High Commissioner as well as the ICAN President will also be in attendance. This conference promises to be value for your time and money. Hurry! Register today by sending an email to Mr. Blessing Familusi, chairman at icancanada.net, or St. Badamosi at ican.org.ng, or I. Adams at ican.org.ng, or simply visit our website www.icancanada.org. ICAN Canada Conference 2024. Be there.
Welcome back to ICAN-ngr, another episode, and today we are discussing the ethics of AI in accounting, navigating privacy, bias, and transparency. And I have here in the studio a professional colleague, a distinguished and eminent speaker, who has created for herself a niche in the AI world, Adebola Odeyemi FCA. Madam, it is a pleasure to have you in this house today.
Thank you for having me. It's also my pleasure.
Thank you very much. Let me quickly take the brief profile of our guest on the show today, Adebola Adejumoke, FCA. Adebola is a forward-thinking leader shaping the future of business with artificial intelligence. She is passionate about helping small businesses thrive in today's digital world. She earned a degree in accounting from the University of Ado-Ekiti and is currently a fellow chartered accountant. Her professional journey started as a finance consultant with Consulting Limited, where she played a vital role in supporting MTN Nigeria's ERP application and resolving finance-related issues. Adebola found her true passion in AI, digital skills, and cyber security. Adebola is certified in Microsoft Azure Data Fundamentals, in Google Data Analytics, and Green Digital Skills acquired from INCO Academy in partnership with LinkedIn, with more certifications on the horizon. She is also a proud member of ICAN, a proud member of CITN, an associate member of the Institute of Strategic Management of Nigeria. Once again, it is a pleasure to have you on the show. And without much ado, let's quickly go into the streams of today's discussion. The ethics of AI in accounting, navigating privacy, bias, and transparency. I can see our audience are already with us, and they have actually been showing that interest, telling us we are here with you on our usual show. So the way we do it, send in your questions on this topic, and trust us that your questions will be taken, and our guest on the show will certainly do justice to your topic. So let's go this way. According to Porter Stewart, an American lawyer and judge who served as an Associate Justice of the United States Supreme Court between 1958 and 1981. He said, and I quote, "Ethics is knowing the difference between what you have a right to do and what is right to do." So having you on the show today as our guest, I will certainly make our global viewers and give them the opportunity to learn and share from your depth of intellectual prowess. How important is ethics in the lives of humans, corporate bodies, and even nations at large?
Absolutely. I agree with what Justice Potter Stewart said, because the quote perfectly captures the essence of ethics. So it's not just about what is legal, but also what is truly right. And you would agree with me that ethics play a critical role in shaping the lives of humans, corporate bodies, and even nations. So how is that possible? For individuals, it helps us to it guides us with personal conduct, and also help us to trust one another, because you have a rule, and you have some guiding principles or law or code of conduct that is guiding you in your relationship with one another. Then for corporate bodies, it ensures sustainability and progress. We have compliance. It helps the organization, the corporate bodies, to be more obedient, to be more compliant to whatever rules and regulations that is being laid down in that organization. Then looking at the nation at large, it helps us to promote social stability. You would agree with me, because where there is no law, there is no sin. And also because of that ethics that is guiding the entire nation, there is also international respect, which will also yield economic development. So that distinction that Justice Potter gave clearly says that there is a difference between what one knows is the right thing to do and what is actually meant to be done the right way. So it's more or less like saying that choosing your actions between what is just and beneficial, going beyond legal obligation. I'm sure you understand that, because a lot of times we always look at the fact that, okay, this is legal. Something may be legal but not beneficial. So that is what ethics is talking about. More or less like a moral compass for either the human, for corporate bodies, or even for the nation at large. So I hope that is well clear, or I need to explain further.
Very clear, very clear, very clear. You are passing the message. Thank you very much for that apt response to that very first question. And still on ethics, we would like you and we appreciate if you can run our viewers through some of the codes of professional ethics that are out there and the roles of compliance in a business environment.
Okay. So, understanding code of conduct, code of ethics and the role of compliance is very essential in navigating the business world where we find ourselves today. And the first thing is looking at the code of professional ethics. We have the industry specific guidelines and we also have the company code of ethics. So for under the industry specific guidelines, we have that's where we have most of the professional bodies come to play, like accounting, we have law, we have medicine. So they all have their own established code of professional ethics. And these codes actually help them to outline the core principles guiding the profession and the best practices that should be upheld by the professionals in that industry or in that circle. So more or less like best practices that guide professional conduct. And a good example is our reputable institute, ICAN. We have a code of professional conduct that emphasizes principles like integrity. We know we have objectivity and professional competence for whatever we do. We also have confidentiality, that whatever we have related with our client stays with us and is not used against the client at any point in time. So looking at the company code of conduct, here, we have different organizations establishing their own internal code of ethics to help them. Mostly, it's usually applicable to employees, but at the end of the day, I would say that it's to help the organization have a sustainable growth plan or a sustainable success story at the end of the day. So the company's code of ethics is what typically reflects the company's values, their missions, expected behavior in different areas of life or in different areas of their business dealing. So where we have conflict of interest, we have responsible use of the company's resources, fair treatment of colleagues and clients and all of that. So now looking at the role of compliance, what is compliance doing in all of that? And you would agree with me that compliance, even from the word, is just to ensure adherence to all of these laid down rules and regulations. So compliance will enhance that the business adheres to all the relevant laws, be it from the nation where it is being operated from, the regulations, the industry standards, and all of that. Then again, the role of compliance is also to mitigate risk. A robust compliance program will look at mitigating both legal and financial risk that may be associated to non-compliance. Then we also have promoting ethical culture. Compliance efforts at times, if it is not supported with a strong code of ethics, you would realize that there might be disunity even in an economy or even in an organization. So that is why compliance will help to create a culture of ethical behavior within an organization or within the country or the nation at large. At least for organizations, employees will be able to know that this is what is expected of me and this is what I'm expected to do, so that there will be ethical decision making. So I see the two. Code of ethics is more like your company's moral compass, while the compliance is more like saying this is the roadmap that ensures that you are always heading in the right direction. So both of them are critical for building trust and enforcing a positive work environment.
Critical for building trust and fostering a good working environment. That's a good one. That's a good one from you. Well done. What makes today's episode a special one is that uh, we have not brought someone with an IT background to discuss AI with us. Rather, we have brought somebody with an accounting and finance background. So that makes it a special one for us because we believe we will be able to learn as regards the ethics of AI in accounting and navigating privacy, bias, and transparency. So, and that takes me to the next question. So, as chartered accountants, what are the ethical considerations or what ethical considerations should accountants consider when implementing AI technologies generally?
Wow. That's a very fantastic question for me, and I see it as one of the things that actually draw me to AI. So, as chartered accountants, with the knowledge and understanding that I have come to acquire over time, I realize that there are several critical ethical considerations that we need to keep in mind, so that the principles, the code of ethics that is being laid down by ICAN especially, that is integrity, fairness, and transparency of our work, can be well implemented. And so one of those critical ethical considerations that we'll be looking at is data privacy and confidentiality. And even from the word confidentiality, which also happens to be one of our code of ethics, it is important that we protect sensitive information about our client. So as accountants, we must ensure that the AI systems that we intend to implement complies with data protection laws and standards. We should also ensure that AI system is going to safeguard sensitive client information from unauthorized access and breaches. And that is where cybersecurity comes into play, but that's not what we're looking at today. Then also the issue of animosity. We should make sure that the AI system is being implemented in a way that data will be anonymized, so that the identity of the client or the individual that you're relating with is not exposed, and which is still talking about confidentiality. Then another ethical consideration that we should look at is data accuracy and quality. We need to ensure that the data that we are using, or the data that we're going to train the AI to use, is accurate, is complete, and representative. Representative meaning that it's taking a particular sample of the entire data and is not biased in any way. So it's just to remove any form of biases or inaccuracy in the outputs that we'll get. Then, talking about bias itself, we need to consider how we are going to mitigate against such biases. And that means we have to actively work to identify and mitigate these biases in the AI algorithm. Because AI algorithm is more like saying these are what we're going to put into the system, like a set of principles, or like a guide for the AI to say that, okay, when you trigger this button, or when this button is being triggered, this is what you get. So there is need for us to actively, as accountants, identify and mitigate against such biases that could lead to maybe an unfair treatment or maybe discrimination among certain group of people or individuals. And we have transparency and explainability. We should make sure that the AI system that we want to use can provide clear and understandable explanation for the decision that they are going to be putting out. Meaning that if this AI system that is being deployed is explainable, it will enable the stakeholders to understand and trust the AI processes. They are able to see something to say, okay, I understand what it's doing. Also, for transparency is also stating that you disclose the use of AI in the accounting process and decision making. It's not like something is looking so ambiguous. It must be clear and easy to understand for each of the stakeholders that may be, or all the stakeholders that may be involved. Then we also have accountability and responsibility. That means as accountants, we need to maintain human oversight. There is no amount of intelligence that can be put into AI that will omit our own human touch or human intelligence. So that is where human foresight comes into play. We must make sure that the AI system is accountable for every decision that is being taken, or for every action that is being taken by that AI. So accountants should not fully delegate decision making to AI. It's not possible, because you can't say AI made this thing happen, or this thing is because of AI. No, there must be a human factor, or someone that is going to take responsibility for that. And so the ethical consideration again that we need to look at is for you to clearly define and understand the liability associated with that AI decision that you're going to be making, or to that AI system, that okay, if whatever goes wrong, I'll be responsible, or this will be the reason, or and all of that. And also, again, another critical thing is looking at the compliance of AI with laws and regulation. So we have data protection laws, we have regulatory adherences in different forms, relevant laws, regulations, and standards, even for our own financial reporting, auditing, data protection, that we need to take note of when we are trying to implement. So as accountants, I just want to say that the ethical implementation of AI technology require a very thorough and comprehensive approach where we need to
Excellent.
prioritize data privacy. We prioritize data accuracy, fairness, transparency, professional competence. It's not just because AI is involved and you don't want to have a deep understanding of how accounting is impacting into that AI system that is being implemented. And by addressing
Okay.
all of these concerns, accountants can definitely harness the benefit of AI while trying to maintain the trust and confidence of their clients and any other important stakeholder.
Okay. Thank you very much. A follow-up question there. According to Fifi Lee, a China-born American computer scientist known for establishing ImageNet, artificial intelligence is not a substitute for human intelligence. It is a tool to amplify human creativity and ingenuity. What kind of technological evolution should the world brace up for with the advent of AI?
That's a great question. And based on that Fifili's quote, I want to see it as a powerful explanation or like a powerful tool that is saying that we are augmenting both human capability to whatever AI is coming to do. So it's not replacing it in any way. And a good example is the role of, the rise of human AI collaborations. You would agree with me. So let me try to reiterate your question again. You're saying what kind of technological revolution should we brace up for? So the number one thing that I would say we should brace up for is AI human collaboration. So you imagine a world where AI handle complex data analysis, it removes all of those mundane and routine tasks, all of the account filling, data entries. And if AI is able to do all of that, what would the human be doing? So it gives the human minds the opportunity to have creative thinking, creative problem solving ability. And with all of that, there will be strategic decision making. There will be closer relationship even with clients and stakeholders, and it will better it will best promotion growth for the client or for the organization and even for the stakeholders that are involved. So when we even talk about this AI, rise of human AI collaboration, there are a lot of scientific discoveries. Now AI can analyze vast data sets, can analyze millions of data sets in a second. While analyzing it, it's also identifying patterns that may elude human research. As humans, we may be carried away, we may make some mistakes, but with the use of AI or with the collaboration with AI, there is accelerated breakthrough in any industry that you can ever think of, be it medicine, be it science, accounting, name the industry. Then again, we look at personalized learnings. And a good example is even what we're having right now. There is no need for me to travel a long distance to come to the studio, ICAN studio, to have this done. So the same thing, AI powered tutors will be tailored to take educational experience of students. And I'm sure that very soon, maybe ICAN students would not even be going to centers anymore, but be receiving the ICAN exams in the comfort of their homes. And the list is endless. So we look at AI for social good as well. I'm sure we hear that a lot, where there is issues about climate change, how I can optimize energy use, predict extreme weather situations. Then we look at the global health. AI can analyze medical data to improve diagnosis. And also because it has done it once, there won't be need for you to re-enter it again. It's automatic when you are coming back again, maybe for that sickness or that ailment or something improved. Then also using AI for social growth, good. We're talking about poverty and hunger. With the use of agricultural practices, AI can predict food shortage rather. It can also help us to even streamline supply chain, thereby ensuring that there is food security for everyone. Then the last one again, I think, is the need for responsible AI development. And this is where we are talking about the mitigating biases, where all of the algorithm that is being used, we can make sure that they represent a fair judgment and it is inclusive, it's all encompassing for all parties. So here we're saying that there is need to ensure that there is fairness and inclusivity in all of the AI developments. Again, I think I talk about transparency and explainability, saying that there's need for us to understand how AI is able to reach its conclusion concerning whatever it's being asked to do. And because there is XAI, that is explainable AI techniques, it will help us, it will shed more light on how it was able to come about its outputs. So the future
Okay.
is collaboration. So AI is not taking over anyone's job, but rather coming more like it's more or less like human and AI working together to create a better future.
Okay, excellent. The future is AI human collaboration. Of course, looking forward to seeing that happen if it's not happening already. Okay, so you talked about algorithm and while answering that question, I think let me go to that aspect of this discussion. As the saying goes, living life to the fullest is all about taking risk. One has to take risk if indeed you want to live life to the fullest. So, what are the potential risks of algorithmic bias in AI-powered accounting systems, and how can this risk be mitigated?
Hmm. I love that quote. Living life to the fullest is all about taking risk. And you would agree with me. And I wonder how those that are always afraid to take bold step, I wonder where they are right now, because taking calculated risk is essential for progress. So while AI could be offering us exciting possibilities for accounting services or for accounting of output and excellent deliveries, algorithm AI, algorithm biases is significant. Is more like a significant risk that needs mitigation. So he's talking about how there can be biases in the input, in the policies, in all of the things that is being put together to bring out an expected AI output. So algorithm biases occur when AI systems make decisions that either favor or disfavor certain group of people. And usually it is based on historical patterns or inherited biases that have been loaded into the training data. I hope that is not too complicated. And I'll give an example. Let's look at loan approval, for example. An AI system is being trained that is going to use historical data to approve or disapprove clients or individuals' loan requests. So where the AI system is biased to favor some certain group of people or to favor some certain people that come from a particular community or geographical location, or favoring the female over the male or the male over the female, then that is what we're talking about, algorithm biases. Another good example is fraud detection bias. An AI system can flag a certain transaction now as fraudulent based on maybe the location or the spending pattern. And at the end of the day, there is unfair that is being loaded, AI will flag it as a fraudulent act, not knowing it is actually a legitimate one. Then looking at audit biases itself, because for an AI powered audit system, there is every tendency that they could overlook potential risk in companies with similar characteristics, because some of the problems that is being presented is not applicable or peculiar to all of them. And with this, there is every tendency to miss out on some crucial red flags. So some legitimate business could be taken for illegitimate, while some illegitimate could be taken for legitimate. And that boils down to the fact that there is need for human participation, accountant participation in the training of this algorithm and even in the developments as we proceed. So again, when you talk about this, there is even what's it called, inaccurate financial reporting. Because the data analysis that is being run by the AI is distorted, maybe due to inconsistency in the data that is being loaded, or there are some errors that the AI system could not really identify as errors. Then the financial reporting or the financial statement that will come out will definitely be inaccurate. Let me use that word. So again,
Okay.
yeah, I
Okay.
wanted to even talk
Think.
about. Wait.
Sorry, you were saying something.
Yes, I wanted to talk about. I just wanted to briefly talk about the strategies to mitigate those algorithm biases.
Okay.
But I don't
Okay.
know.
Let's really take that in 30 seconds. Go ahead.
Okay, so the first thing that we need to do to mitigate all of those biases is to ensure that the data that is being used to train these AI models is diverse and representative, and also there is need for regular audits of the data set that is going to be used to make sure that it is not biased, favoring a particular gender over the other, and also that it is consistent. So then we also look at continuous monitoring, which will usually be done by humans to be able to detect any biases in real time and make necessary adjustments.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. That's a very good response. Our viewers at home, if you are just joining us or you have been part of this show from the word go, we've been discussing the ethics of AI in accounting, navigating privacy, bias, and transparency. And the lead consultant of Gem3A Solution in person of Adebola Odeyemi, FCA, has been doing justice to the questions so far. We need to quickly go on short commercials. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
The journey to professionalism in artisanal practice in Nigeria has begun. The Industrial Training Fund (ITF) is proud to announce the first phase of the implementation of the Skill Up Artisan Program (SUPAR). This is your chance to be part of the first 100,000 artisans selected to elevate your skills and gain formal recognition. Screening of all registered artisans will take place from the 29th of April to the 10th of May 2024 in all 109 senatorial districts across the country. Make sure to report to the screening center closest to you within your senatorial district. For more information, visit super.itf.gov.ng or itf.gov.ng or any ITF area office nearest to you. Don't miss this opportunity. Take your skills to the next level with SUPAR. SUPAR, upscaling Nigeria artisans for super jobs. Dr. Afiz Oluwatoyin Ogun, Director General, Chief Executive, Industrial Training Fund, ITF, announcer.
The Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, Canada District presents the 9th International Accountants Conference, themed Strategic Upscaling of Accounting Profession within the Dynamics of Technology. Date, 16th to 20th July 2024. Time is 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. daily. Venue, Best Western Premier Calgary Plaza Hotel and Conference Center, 1316 33 Street NE, Calgary, Alberta, T2A 6B6. Seasoned speakers like Sheyi Wolabi, a partner at MNP Calgary, will be speaking on review of the accounting profession and technology synergy. Derek Greer, the Chief Information and Security Officer, Protector, will be speaking on disruptive technology and AI upscaling for accountants. Greg Howe, the CEO, Black All Systems Calgary, will be speaking on accountants in the era of diversified profession, while Professor Godwin Emmanuel Oyedokun will be speaking on decision-making optimization through data mining. The Canadian High Commissioner as well as the ICAN President will also be in attendance. This conference promises to be value for your time and money. Hurry! Register today by sending an email to Mr. Blessing Familusi, chairman at icancanada.net, or St. Badamosi at ican.org.ng, or iadams at ican.org.ng, or simply visit our website www.icancanada.org. ICAN Canada Conference 2024. Be there.
Welcome back from the break, and it's your program, our program, ICAN-ngr. And today we are discussing an interesting and contemporary topic, the ethics of AI in accounting, navigating privacy, bias, and transparency. Let me quickly go and recognize some of our viewers, our audience on this episode today. We have Sonny Abdulakim live from Kano. Sonny has even joined us even before the program started. Okikioluwa Daramola, all the way from Lagos. Olusi Sanusi from Igondo, Lagos. We have Lydia Adena Eke Lydia Tolulope from Ijebu-Ode in Ogun State. You're welcome. I have Barisi Tomika Okara, all the way from Rivers State. Thanks for being part of this show. William here from Eke in Akwa Ibom State. It's great to have you on this show today. Sanusi Umar, Piti Remi Uzugu from Delta State, Bolanle Ajayi from Ikeja. I have Onuka Abigail in Lagos State, Monsurat Momodu from Ikorodu. I have Olabisi streaming live from Edinburgh in UK, Okwara Okeke, join us from Port Harcourt. Fagbola Temitope Aderi live from Ibadan in Oyo State, Ismail Sulaiman from Benin in Kebbi State, Rufus Ajayigbe live from Moshi, and so many others who are part of this show from the Facebook and YouTube channel. Please send in your question, and our guest on the show today is available to answer your question. So let's pick it up where we stopped before going on break. We were discussing the algorithm bias and all that. Now, in keeping with ethical standards, how can professional accountants ensure transparency and explainability when using AI algorithm for financial analysis and decision making?
Well, okay. So when using AI algorithm, yeah, I hope I'm audible.
Yes, you are.
Okay. So professional accountant can ensure transparency and explainability when using this AI algorithm for financial analysis and decision making by following some key principles. And the first thing is having a documented workflow. Because it's AI that you're trying to train, there is need for you to document the AI development process. And this will include the data that is being used to train the algorithm, even the specific algorithm that you are using, and the rationale behind that, choosing that particular approach. And this is more or less like what transparency is all about. It allows better understanding for these AI systems. You're able to see the capability and the limitations. And because you can see it documented, anybody can pick it up to say, okay, no, this is fine. This is not fine. They're talking about the explainability aspect of it. There are a lot of techniques that can be deployed, which we call XAI. That is explainable AI techniques. And the idea behind using these XAI techniques is to make sure that the AI decision-making process is more interpretable. Accountants with the AI, with the XAI techniques, it will help accountants to understand how AI was able to arrive at its conclusion, be it in financial analysis, be it in auditing or report making itself. So with that, it helps us to understand, to analyze and assess the fairness. You are able to see, is it really accurate? Is it reasonable? Does it make sense? And there are a lot of XAI techniques that can be used. It all depends on the specific AI model that is being used at that point. Then also not overlooking the aspect of human review and interpretation. Again, I'm saying it again because it's very critical and important. There is need that you must maintain high level of oversight. Don't rely on AI output for all of your financial analysis and decision making. Even the data analysis that it will be doing, there is need for you to have a thorough human review process for all of the recommendations that will be coming from AI, from the output. So you need to critically evaluate the AI findings, considering your own professional standard, considering your professional judgments, and also your expertise come to play here. Then again, communication and training, because it is evolving. Nobody knows it all. There is need to communicate effectively with all of the stakeholders about the role of AI and the limitation in that financial analysis. So you need to be transparent about the use of AI. So this is not the time that you want to hide that you're employing AI for your clients or for the delivery of their financial report or financial statement. You need to be transparent about the use and explain to them how it complements your own human expertise or your own human experience. And also For yourself, you need to have continuous updating your learnings, updating your knowledge. So there is need for you to have up-to-date knowledge trainings and read up resources on how to implement and utilize AI outputs responsibly. So I believe that if we follow all of these steps, that is not limited to what I have mentioned, we as professional accountants can ensure that we are using AI responsibly and also ethically in our financial analysis and decision making process.
Exactly. Beautiful. Thank you very much for that. Still on that area, according to Henry Louis Mekin, the American journalist and scholar of American English, so life is a constant oscillation between the sharp horns of dilemmas. How can accountants address the ethical dilemmas of using AI to detect financial fraud or misconduct?
Wow. Excuse me. I want to repeat that question. How accountants can address the ethical dilemmas of using AI to detect financial fraud or
Or
misconduct. And
misconduct, yes.
yes, I want to believe that that quote perfectly captures it. And the one aspect or how they can really address that is still again going back to transparency and explainability. Because in every AI output, whatever you have put into the AI models and algorithms and all of that, if it is not obeying these three principles or three ethical considerations, that is bias, transparency, and explainability, then you're definitely in for serious dilemma, be it ethical or financial or whatever you call it. So number one thing is to understand the AI output, what it is bringing out. You need to understand how AI is able to flag all of the potential fraud that you're seeing in the account. And having this understanding will help you to assess the reasoning behind the AI conclusion. Is it making sense? Is it biased in any way? And because if you're not able to do that, you might be having what we call false positives, something that is not true, but is appearing to you as true. Then also we need to have very intentional about our human review. Don't just trust AI with it. And I think I saw a quote somewhere saying that treat AI like your intern, meaning that AI can be wrong at times, or you send it to do something for you. It's not leaving it to totally for you don't leave it to make that full decision for you. You have to follow up and be sure that it is doing what you have asked it to do. So accountant needs to investigate any flag transaction with a critical eye, using your professional judgment and expertise, so that you can be able to say, is that fraud truly present or not? Then again, you need to consider privacy consideration. That is data minimization. So you only want to use a minimum amount of financial data that is necessary to train and operate that AI fraud detection. Now, I'm using data fraud detection as an example. So if you're using a particular significant amount of financial data, you must be sure that that data you are using is going to be sufficient in carrying out whatever information or output you desire. So thereby, it helps to reduce the amount of sensitive information that is being exposed in case of any form of data breach. Then clear communication, very, very critical. So at the end, you also want to balance your efficiency with due process. And here you have more like, let me say, targeted investigation. So you want to use AI to identify high risk areas for investigation, focusing on effort. Now focus your efforts on transactions with maybe a higher likelihood of fraud. Here you are looking at resources allocation to make sure that the AI output that you get is not just bringing up unnecessary investigation for you, and it's not just exposing legitimate businesses or activities as illegitimate. Then again, collaboration and continuous improvement. This is where you have to work together with other team members. So this will reduce or avoid any form of ethical dilemma. You need to have there's need for collaboration between accountants, data scientists, legal professionals, and all of that. More like saying we have an interdisciplinary team. So this will ensure that there is a comprehensive approach to any ethical consideration that you are looking at, especially as it relates to AI-powered fraud, which is AI-powered fraud detection, which is what we are actually talking about. So having addressed
Okay.
all of the others, then I'm sure we can leverage AI responsibly fraud detection.
Yeah, certainly. Thank you very much. Thank you for that response. The next question I have here is, when striving for excellence, diversity and inclusion are key, very important. In what ways can professional accountants promote diversity and inclusion in AI development and deployment in order to mitigate bias? Let me take it again. When striving for excellence, diversity and inclusion are very key. In what ways can professional accountants promote diversity and inclusion in AI development and deployment in order to mitigate bias?
Wow, that's a beautiful question. And you're absolutely right about that. Diversity and inclusion, they are very fundamental for achieving excellence, especially as it relates to AI development and even the deployment to mitigate against this bias. So how can we professionals promote these D and high, which I just want to use that word, if you permit me, D and high, diversity and inclusion. So the first thing is to build a diverse team. And what do I mean by building a diverse team? You want to promote diversity in your talent acquisition. You are not just looking at employing some certain gender or some certain tribes, which some organizations do. So you want to actively recruit and hire AI developers and data scientists from different backgrounds, including the gender, taking into consideration gender, ethnicity, age, and educational experience. And right now, this is an issue, especially in Nigeria, but that's not what we're talking about. But when you are able to building a diverse team, will help you to foster more like a wider range of perspective in the AI development process. And this will lead to even a more comprehensive understanding of potential biases, because everybody will be coming from different points of view. And having acquire all of these talents in different diverse capacity backgrounds, there is need for diversity training as well. You need to provide them training as it relates to the AI development and deployment, including accountants. Accountants should not stay aloof to say, oh, it is for data or it is for software. I shouldn't be part of it. So the training is to raise more awareness about unconscious biases that we may not even pay attention to. And because we are trained already, we are equipped with the skills to identify and mitigate such biases in the AI system. Then again, you need to consider the data itself. That means you criticize the data source. Where is the data coming from? You want to criticize that source so that whatever you are feeding into the AI model or system will give you what is actually is going to be fully representative of the population that it is being meant for, or whatever use that it is being meant for. Then I think so mitigating against these biases again is for us as accountants to challenge some assumptions and historical biases that are already in place. We have traditional financial practices, but as professional accountant that is very intentional in their AI development, there is need to make sure that the diverse team that you have put together can bring you fresh perspective. You are not just laying hold of your old or traditional principles or methods to say, no, this is how we do it. No, we are not doing it this way. And again, that will bring us
Exactly.
to standardizing some of this process, standardizing it.
Exactly.
And when it is being standardized, you want to make it transparent to all. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So let's quickly go and take some of the questions by our audience, or from our audience, and we need to quickly be brief with the responses. Our time is fast running. Uh, Questions from our audience. We have a question from Olayinka Degbite. Olayinka Degbite. So does it mean we should allay the fear of evolution of IT cannot take away our role as an accountant? Sorry, let me take it again. Does it mean we should allay the fear of evolution, as IT cannot take away our roles as accountants? That's a question from Olayinka Degbite. Is it clear to you?
Very clear, very clear.
Go ahead.
So for
Okay.
me, I don't think there is any fear. of AI taking or IT taking your job or your role. You just need to be savvy. You need to be updated. You want to ask yourself, this particular job that I'm doing or this role that I am presently occupying in my office or in my firm, can it be sustainable? You're looking out for sustainable practice, be it in accounting or be it in IT, that will help you to be more relevant, regardless of how evolving AI could be. And I think that is all encompassing. So, with continuous training and updating yourself with relevant knowledge, whether it is related to accounting or not, as long as it's world changing, then
Okay.
there won't be any cause for alarm.
Okay. Thank you. The next question coming from Bashir Ahmad. Bashir Ahmad said, is it possible for AI to be biased? I had you giving some mitigants to reduce that possible algorithm.
Yes, it's very possible for AI to be biased in so many ways. You would agree with me, AI cannot just wake up to say, okay, this is what I will do. Some people will be involved in feeding the AI with some models, which we call algorithm, putting in some information into them. So at the point of feeding the AI systems with all of this information to train them to do what you want them to do, the person that is feeding the information could be biased. The person may not like female CEOs, or the person may not like a particular ethnic group, or the person may just want to be favor maybe people that have higher income, neglecting those with lower income, or even looking at rural, favoring those in the urban as against the rural, and the list is endless. So AI can be biased because it has human input, and that is why there is need for constant review and monitoring.
Okay, thank you very much. We have just understood that AI can be biased because of the human input, the human influence that we have from human angle. Another question we have here from Omoshalewa Aderomu. Omoshalewa Aderomu. Are there any policy or law governing the use of AI for financial accounting and analysis? She wants to know if there are any policy or law that is governing the use of AI for financial accounting and analysis.
So I want to believe that there are laws governing the use of AI for financial analysis, right? Number one of these laws is you understanding the critical role you play regarding that data, the data of your clients or your organization, as the case may be. So I'm very sure of the data protection, and I know there are a lot of policies, and I also want to use this medium even to employ ICAN to pay closer attention to AI in deploying or implement or bringing up better policies, having understood the critical role it plays in our society now. So I want to believe that ICAN, my humble institute, can look into that aspect while we also review others. Currently, we have a lot that is outside the country, global practices and principles and all of that. But taking it back home, there is a lot of work that needs to be done from all professional stakeholders.
Okay, okay. Thank you very much. Fagbolate Mitope is also asking. I know you mentioned that earlier on, but there is another twist to his question. He's asking, do we have unethical concerns, either man-made or machine-made, around the artificial intelligence working environment? And if yes, how can we sanitize it for optimal performance?
I think I answered this question already, because for
So
all of
the
the
second
ethical.
part is the major one. How can it be sanitized for optimal performance?
So number one for optimal performance is for us to have constant training. I can't overemphasize that, because it's what you understand that you can actually train or make it better. Then again, there is need for proper understanding. We need to establish, maybe government should establish some legal frameworks that will guide all of this, the use of this AI in some account, let's say some accounting tax, maybe particularly those that may be impacting audit processes. Then also we should ensure consumer protection. You know, if we have some regulations that prioritize consumer and investor protection, making sure that whatever accuracy or fairness that is coming from AI, it is actually correct. It is what it is meant to be. I don't know if that answers your question, but majorly we need to pay attention to transparency and explainability in whatever capacity we are deploying the use of AI into our system or curriculum.
Okay, okay, okay. So, in closing, because our time is fast gone, ICANN is always open to ideas that would positively advance the growth of our members, the accountancy profession, and the global business environment. What is your suggestion to ICANN on filling knowledge gaps regarding ethics of AI in accounting?
Okay, so number one thing I would say is that there is need for ICANN as a professional body to have a more like a comprehensive approach. And this comprehensive approach is looking at education, practical trainings, collaborations with different industry leaders, and also continuous learning, infusing this AI ethics into both the exam curriculum as well as the MCPD that we usually hold. And that is by establishing specialized AI ethics workshops, trainings, online courses, and also making sure. I think I just said it all. And above all, I think we need to have more like a resource center or like a knowledge hub where we have digital libraries that speak to different aspects of this AI, that talk about AI ethics in full context, where we have research papers, case studies, white papers, and all of that. Then also we can also publish best practices using some of the case studies that have happened before, whether to us or outside. Then enforcing or emphasizing on the collaboration. There is need for ICANN to invite expert panels and committees to discuss and provide proper guidance for on these ethical AI issues, especially as it relates to accounting. It's a wide industry. Sorry, it's a wide topic that cannot be discussed even in 3 or 4 days lecture. So it's
Exactly.
a continuous thing.
Exactly.
Then again, ICANN needs to partner with industry leaders. I've said that before. Maybe tech companies, universities, and other professional bodies, so that this knowledge will be well circulated and nobody will be sidelined when the evolution starts in full. And
Wow, wow, wow. It's been a very wonderful outing with you, Madam Adebola Odeyemi, FCA, the lead consultant of Gem3A Solution. We want to say a very big thank you for coming on the show today and sharing your wealth of experience with our members and the friends of the Institute. Thank you so much for coming. We appreciate you, ma'am.
thank you. My pleasure.
And when next we call upon you, we know you are going to hacking onto our call.
Definitely.
Thank you very much. Let me quickly go and take some announcements before we finally close the show for today. The notice of 59th ICAN AGM is out. The date is May 30th, 2024. Time is 11 a.m. and the venue is ICAN Center, Muward Dauphin. Please be informed and ensure you are part of the AGM. Also, ICAN on Air is open for advert placement. This is your program. Our program is open for advert placement. The rates are affordable. Reach out to the numbers on the flyers or any of the anchors and let us discuss. Trust us, your business is going global. Also, all ICAN members are implored to subscribe to ICAN YouTube channels and follow all us on all our ICAN social media handles, the Facebook page, Instagram handle, and also on LinkedIn. The fellowship conferment ceremony comes up on Saturday, May 18th, 2024. The time is 11 a.m. For those who have applied, please be informed. Also, the 73rd induction ceremony comes up on May 20th and 21st, 2024. In the same vein, ATSWA and ATS induction also comes up May 22nd and May 23rd, 2024. And that will be the show for today. It's been an interesting time here, learning as usual and talking to our professional colleagues and responding to questions regarding the topic for today. Till I come your way again with another guest and another topical issue, I want to tell you, stay safe and stay sound. On behalf of the editorial team and the producers of this program, I remain Tosin Akinwumi FCA, saying thank you for watching and bye for now.